This is the second part of the two-part video series on the 4 priorities of every investor. In the part 1, we saw the first 2 priorities. In this video, we will now discuss on insurance planning and retirement planning. Insurance planning. This is the most important and unfortunately the most neglected aspect by many of us. Nothing in our life is certain, with the risk of an accident or disability and even death. Such risk not only affects us but also our dependents. Insurance is a risk management tool to mitigate this risk. There are 2 major mistakes when we approach insurance. 1. Treating insurance as investments. Never go for an insurance product with the expectation of returns. Number 2. Treating insurance as a tax saving tool. Never go for insurance for tax benefits. There are many other products where you can avail tax benefits. 2 insurances are very important for every individual. 1. Term insurance. A policy of 50 lakh to 1.5 crore should help one's family to manage the show in the unfortunate departure of breadwinner of the family. The second kind of insurance is a health insurance. Though many of us could get medical insurance from our employers, it is advisable to have an individual policy covering ourselves and family members. In both the cases, earlier one starts in their life, lesser the premium. Retirement planning. There are loans available for almost everything in our life except for one thing, that is retirement. Though appears to be the last phase, this is the most important and must be planned from the time we start earning. As part of retirement planning, we must estimate the monthly expenses at the time of retirement and also for another 15 to 20 years from there on. Accordingly, build a corpus in our working years that can generate this income to meet the monthly expenses at that time. Tracking monthly expenses is a simple activity that helps us in many areas of personal finance. While there are quite a few retirement products, 2 easy options any investor could readily use are: 1. Employment Provident Fund. EPF is a very powerful tool to build a sizable retirement corpus utilizing the power of compounding. The purpose goes waste if the money is withdrawn frequently when we change our jobs. The second option is the Public Provident Fund, the PPF. This is similar to EPF, and the corpus from PPF could be a top-up to EPF corpus. This product PPF carries less risk and the least investment effort from an investor. FAQs. There are a few questions which was posted in the first part of the video, which I would like to discuss in this video. Question 1. For emergency fund, FD is being considered as safe, but inflation erodes its value with time. It would have been good to know options where your emergency fund is safe and also it adjusts for inflation with time. A short-term liquid debt fund better option as alternative to fixed deposits? My answer would be never ever focus on returns for your emergency fund. Focus only on safety and liquidity. Don't risk your emergency fund by going behind higher returns. You are not going to create a wealth or build a fortune from your emergency fund. Let me take an example of a medical emergency. Assume that you have some sickness and your doctor advises you to carry a costly tablet worth 5,000 rupees always with you. You are required to consume it only if you develop some symptoms. This tablet then acts as a lifesaver till you reach a nearby hospital. The tablet has some expiry date and needs to be purchased every year. That means you will be purchasing one new medicine every year. It is quite possible that you will never get the symptom in your lifetime and you did not use that tablet. We do not worry that the symptom did not happen, there is no requirement for tablet and the money went waste. The tablet is a safety net for emergency and we are willing to forego the amount spent as a mandatory expense. Similarly, this emergency fund comes as a safety net should you lose your job. Don't focus on returns or inflation corroding value. There are other core investments meant for creating wealth where you must focus on returns and be concerned if inflation could corrode the value. And the third aspect is, I just checked the returns and taxation of fixed deposits and liquid funds and found to be very similar. Like liquid funds, short-term gains taxation is very much similar to that of fixed deposits. They are both of them are taxed according to the respective slabs. On checking the returns, I could find that FD was offering around 7 to 7% interest for a 1 year period, and the returns from liquidity fund over the past 1 year has been around 7.54. Going by these numbers, we can see that both options have similar returns and both options will be affected by inflation. So let us not focus on inflation and focus only on safety and liquidity of our emergency fund. Is there a tool or format to track expenses? There are many apps, tools and templates available. However, finally we should be able to get the value of our monthly expense. Even a simple Excel with just 4 rows as in this image will suffice. Thank you for watching the video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you don't miss any of the videos on personal finance and stock markets. My next video will be on stock markets.